Today, we're going to talk about the United State of Turkish and This is going to be one of the biggest episodes ever, because today we going to cover things that are happening in Turkey right now and how they relate to this prophecy that you see on the screen right here. The easiest way to understand what is happening in Turkey and how it relates to this prophecy is by understanding first what the United States of Turkish and what Turanism is. So first, let's define the term. Turanism is a political ideology whose main tenet is the idea that all Turkic-speaking people should unite into one state. This includes the Turkic people of Turkey, the Turkic people of Azerbaijan, the Turkic people of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, the Yuas in China, the Khazars in Russia, and the Siberian Turks in Russia as well. The main idea of Turanism is that all these Turkic people should unite together and form one big state that would stretch from the Balkans all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Now, who is advocating for this idea? The idea of Turanism was first brought up by the founder of Turkey, Mustafa Kemal. He even went as far as invading some parts of Iran and attacking Soviet Russia just to try and unite all the Turkic people under one state. However, he failed and died before he could accomplish this goal. But his idea didn't die with him. There is actually a group of people today that are trying to continue his legacy and unite all the Turkic people under one state. They call themselves the United State of Turkish or the Turanist movement. The main goal of the United State of Turkish is to unite all the Turkic people of the world into one state and make it a strong power that can rival the West. In order to do this, the founder of modern Turanism, who is a man named Doku, has been traveling around the world, meeting with leaders of different countries to try and convince them to join the United State of Turkish. For example, he visited Pakistan and met with their prime minister to ask for their support in creating the United State of Turkish. And he also traveled to China and visited the Uyghur region to try and get the Uyghurs to join the United State of Turkish as well. And just recently, Dogu Perinçek paid a visit to Iran and posted a picture with Ibrahim Raisi, who is the current supreme leader of Iran. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because if these two were to unite their forces, then it would be very likely that they would be successful in creating the United State of Turkish. You see, Turkey is a NATO country. But Erdogan has been distancing himself from the West recently, and has been moving closer and closer towards Russia and China. If Erdogan were to fully embrace Turanism and unite with Iran, then it would be very likely that he would be successful in creating the United State of Turkish. However, there's one problem. You see, not all Turkic people are Muslim. In fact, a majority of the Turkic people in China and Russia are not Muslim. They're actually atheists. And this poses a big problem for the United State of Turkish. Because if they were to create one state with both Muslims and atheists, then there would be constant conflict between the two groups. Muslims are obviously a minority in Russia and China, so they wouldn't have enough power to change anything. They would essentially become second-class citizens in their own country. And this is something that the Muslims of Russia and China don't want. So although Turanism seems like a great idea to unite all the Turkic people of the world, it's not really practical because of the religious differences among the Turkic people. And this is why I believe that this prophecy that you see on the screen right here is the most likely scenario to happen in our lifetime. You see, the Bible says that in the last days, Israel will fight against Turkey over control of Jerusalem. And this makes sense, considering that Turkey is the biggest Muslim power in the world, and Jerusalem is the holiest city in Islam. It's only the second most important city in Islam, right behind Mecca. And if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense for Turkey to want to control Jerusalem. In fact, the Ottoman Empire tried to conquer Jerusalem multiple times, but they were always unsuccessful. However, in modern times, Turkey doesn't have an army, and they couldn't possibly invade Israel and take Jerusalem by force. So what could Turkey possibly do to take Jerusalem? Well, the answer lies in this book right here. This book is called The Keys of the Kingdom, and it's written by a man named Zionist Golda Meir. This book was published in 1978, so it's not a new book. And in this book, Golda Meir talks about a secret deal that was made between Turkey and Israel back in 1948, when Israel was first created. She claims that when Israel was being attacked by the surrounding Arab nations in 1948, Turkey threatened to send their army to help defend Israel. And this caused Israel to make a secret deal with Turkey, where Israel promised to give Turkey Jerusalem if Turkey helped them during the Arab-Israeli War. Now, is there any proof that this deal actually exists? Well, not really. There are some people claiming that this is all just propaganda spread by Turkey and that no such deal was ever made. But there are also people who claim that this deal is real. And since we cannot prove or disprove this claim, we must keep it as a possibility until proven otherwise. And if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense for Turkey to want Jerusalem so badly that they would even offer to give up their own capital just to get it. I mean, Jerusalem is the holiest city in Islam. It's the second most important city in Islam, right behind Mecca. And if you control Jerusalem, then you control the most holy site in Islam. But unfortunately, there's one big problem for Turkey. Israel will never give up Jerusalem. It's not even a question. Israel will never give up Jerusalem. And this means that Turkey will never be able to fulfill their dream of controlling the most important city in Islam. And this is why I believe that this prophecy that you see on the screen right here is the most likely scenario to happen in our lifetime. We will see Israel go to war with Turkey over control of Jerusalem. And the war will end with Israel victorious and having full control of Jerusalem. This may sound crazy to some of you, but please remember that God spoke about this hundreds of years ago. And it hasn't happened yet. And the fact that it hasn't happened yet means that it's still a possibility. Anything can happen in the future. And if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense for Israel to fight over Jerusalem. Because it's the holiest city in Judaism. It's where their temple used to be, and it's the place where Jesus Christ is prophesied to return. And just recently, Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel will never give up Jerusalem. So this means that there will definitely be a time in the future where Israel goes to war over Jerusalem and Turkey tries to take it. And the war will end with Israel winning and having full control of Jerusalem. And this is what the Bible says will happen in the last days. So, do you think that this prophecy will happen in our lifetime? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are fast approaching 1 million subscribers. And I would love to reach that goal by the end of this year. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.